Where I was born at Everett, Washington. I got family from all over. I'm mulatto.
Okay.
And I'm 38. I'm a Gemini. And I got 4 miracle children that was said by 4 different specialist doctors that I couldn't have any. But got 4.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about your home life. What was it like growing up?
Awesome. I love my family so much.
Who raised you?
My mother. But I had to go through hypnotherapy to be with my dad.
What does that mean? Tell me more.
Hypnotherapy.
I know what that is, but to be with your dad.
Yeah, because originally I was a quad in my mom's stomach. This was before me. Well, including me. So 4 altogether.
In your mom's stomach?
Yes.
There was 4 babies.
Yeah, me and then 3 others. But they didn't make it. It's survival of the fittest. So at the end of the day, I do got actual other siblings. I am the middle child because my mom has 4 different baby dads,
Okay.
but out of all 4 of them, us first 3 got different dads, and the last 2 got the same dad.
Gotcha.
And I'm my mother's first daughter.
Okay.
I died at birth. No, I really died at birth. They had to stick a big needle in my belly button. And the crazy part about it is my dad's mother worked she was an OBGYN nurse. She worked at the hospital, and she was there when my mother was giving birth. She had to be there to calm my mother down while the doctors took me over to the table to inject. I don't know what they injected.
But they saved your life.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
That's what matters.
So I'm here.
So
Yeah.
you're here. We're talking. Great.
And my name wasn't actually meant to be Angel. My grandmother said, it's Angel. Why Angel? So, I'm still like at a like a brain fart on that one. And right now I'm dealing with my mother has heart disease, and my grandmother just got through with chemotherapy for lung disease. It's not the first cancer that she had, because she had breast cancer. And my oldest son, his dad died 15 days after he was born. So, downtown Seattle, it's on the news. So,
Sorry to hear.
thank you.
So you grew up in Everett?
Yeah. No, I grew up here in Seattle.
Oh, here in Seattle. Gotcha.
Yes. And God has blessed me with a lot of things. So much. So that's why I give so freely to people. I have money. I choose to live this way. It's called humbleness, enlightenment. If you can make it here, I have a bad temper also. So what I'm trying to show my children is there are more ways to conduct yourself than to create violence. That's not how we do. Like my tribes say, it takes a village to raise one child. And guess what? On top of that, I've had both my aunties breastfeed me because my mom was working. And
Yeah, that's not uncommon in a lot of different cultures.
Right.
In maybe the American culture, it might be looked at a little strange, but
people think,
It's
did
not-
you know that they got actual donations for breast milk?
that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Just like, I don't know if I can really fully say this out loud. Oh God.
You can say whatever you want out loud.
Semen. Semen. They got semen banks.
That's right.
You go and you get paid for jacking off in a cup. You go and get paid for expressing your milk.
Mm-hmm.
And
people give blood.
Blood, blood,
like
and plasma.
Lots of body fluids.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, people are in need.
Yes.
Yes.
They are.
But back to you.
Back to me.
You were raised in Seattle.
Yes.
With your aunties.
But I was in
everybody.
foster care.
Okay. Well, at what age did you go into foster care?
10.
Oh, so you remember.
Yes.
And why did you?
I can remember everything.
Why did you go into foster care?
Well, there's a long story behind that one that I can't tell myself due to the fact that there's other people that were involved in it.
Okay.
So it's not just my story. I can't sit there and talk about it without having other people talk their part because they was in it too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, no problem. But at 10, you went to foster care.
Yes.
What was that like?
It was enlightening, like I said. I had met people that my family knew before I was born. Due to the fact that my grandmother and my grandfather had came here from Alaska to Seattle. This is the first stop that they came to, Seattle. And sorry. Excuse me. My grandfather had came into this world and ended up dying honorably. He was in the Army.
Mm-hmm.
He served in 2 world wars and a POW camp and survived. Purple Heart. He died, what do they call it? Is that a lieutenant or a sergeant?
There's lots of rankings. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, I think it's the Purple Star. The Purple Heart is a sergeant.
I'm not sure.
But yeah. So at the end of the day, I was never, and I grew up outside. So being homeless is nothing to me.
You grew up outside. What do you mean?
Like due to the fact that my grandfather had escaped the POW camp, so we pretty much lived off the grid when we were with our grandparents. And my mother loved to drop us off with them. She wasn't on drugs. She wasn't drinking. She just needed to get herself together for us, 5 kids. And at the end of the day, my mother is a wonderful person. Being in foster care, I had therapists, psychiatrists, counselors, and all that try to tell me my mother was a bad person. Okay, why is my mother still here motivating me? Why am I still living if she was a bad parent? Okay, so we got taken away because of some fucked up shit, because of dumb people who took advantage of good people. But guess what? I forgave them. So, to the people that held us hostage, I forgave them. We was held hostage for 4 years.
10 to 14?
No, I'm talking about 2 to 5.
It's a different story. Got it.
Yeah, whole different story. Like I said, I can't fully go into that. And my father knew about it. That's what the hypnotherapy is for. Because my father doesn't play around. And he's deceased now. But rest in peace, Patrick Thomas Luke. He, introvert like me, but also a good person. There's so many people that have seen him pretty much call him a Jolly Green Giant because he's really tall. He's 6'5", and just sweet. He is also mixed, but Alaska Native is like the main, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm also an Alaska Native princess on my grandmother's side, on my mom's side. And because my grandmother, her father was a chief. And so we got medicine women, all that. You know, I know how to take care of myself. Even being homeless, you know, you gotta make sure everything's coherent and make sure everybody else is coherent. At the end of the day, I was taught to mind my P's and Q's and respect my elders. That's like the best part.
How long were you in foster care?
I was in foster care from the time I was 10 to 18.
So
I aged out.
Aged out, and then what'd you do?
I was a runaway. The crazy part about it is police could never catch on to me, and I was in plain sight.
You hid in plain sight.
Exactly. Like, I'm here. What are you doing? You're looking for me. I'm not doing nothing bad, though. That's the point. I've actually done, and I continue to do good stuff rather than make things worse. And my kids look up to me for that.
How many kids did you say?
4.
4 kids, that's right.
Yeah. I got 2 older boys. My daughter is a 3rd child, and then I have my youngest son, who is 10. So I range from 19, almost 18, 14, and 10, almost 11.
Yeah. Where are they?
They're with their grandmother because I'm trying my hardest to get myself together. Mental instability. And that's another big thing in Alaska is they have a real big funding for mental instability. And
Tell me if you're open to talking about your mental instability.
yeah.
Is there a diagnosis?
Yeah, there is. Good foster care. They have to diagnose you.
Okay, gotcha.
I was a special, my mother, actually my son was on the news. Marcellus Orr. The journals came all the way to Eastern Washington to come interview me. Jonathan, what's his name? Jonathan something. I have to look it up. He fed me, came into, came literally as he was and respectful. And was like, your son chased me 5 blocks with an axe. It was on 3rd and Pike. My son was on meth and fentanyl. And I was the one who actually talked to my mother and guessed that. I was like, there's something wrong with my kids, Mom. What are you not telling me? She said, your son did overdose. And then when I found out my son overdosed 8 times, but managed to get himself to the hospital by himself. My son's about to be 18 and still surviving and living and breathing. And my oldest son was doing fentanyl also. Percocets, weed, lean. And this stuff I don't promote at all. Like, oh God. I'm like, man, I should whoop y'all little butts. But I've been trying to improve due to the fact that my mother's skills weren't on point at first. But I'm still growing and I'm still learning and I love to learn, and my kids can tell you that. So
yeah, we are all still growing and learning.
Exactly.
And every one of us.
Exactly.
That's the hope, at least.
That exactly.
So tell me about your current situation.
My current situation is I'm working on things and I'm trying to make things better for me and my guy. and trying to, give him that acknowledgement that obviously he has not really had. Because at the end of the day, I'm like, it doesn't depend on the materialistic things. It depends on how you treat people to help not just yourself, but help them out at the same time.
So are you living here?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes, I am.
And how long? You've been on the streets for how long?
Oh, I've been on for a long time. But, I choose to be.
Yeah, you said that at the beginning. I remember.
Yeah. But this time it's been like more than a couple years. So, I'm just trying to invoke a positive vibe.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Gotcha.
And try to show people anger, you can help that. You can turn any negative into a positive. You just got to really want it. That's it. And I've been put through a lot. And from people stealing from me, to people taking advantage of me and all that. But I still will try to help them out. I don't curse nobody. I don't wish bad juju on nobody. Like, at the end of the day, I'm going to sit there and be like, I'm still going to bless you and pray for you. There's no reason to be mean to somebody.
Angel, is there anything that you'd want the people of Seattle to know?
To love. Love. It sounds hard due to the fact of what people have been through. But love.
What do you want? What do you want for your future?
What I want for my future? I want to see my grandkids and my great grandkids. I want to see my mom and my mother make it. I want good for every person that I've encountered.
I love it. Great. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Good to hear your voice.
Thank you.
Let me grab that little mic.
Okay.
I gotta take a couple pictures. Oh, did I snag it?